Hi, I'm Leanna from Wellness Inspiring Spiritual Health, and today we are on Principle 9 of the 12 Spiritual Principles of Nutritional Eating. Principle 9 states, our food should honor heaven and earth. God's creation is a testament to his glory, and our food choices should reflect our appreciation of his provision. By selecting foods that are sustainable, ethically sourced, and respectful of the environment, we honor heaven and earth. And Psalm 24:1 states, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. The world and all people belong to him. A lot of times when we think about the foods that how our foods are sourced, whether they're being sustainably sourced, whether they're being grown in clean, chemical-free soil, um, the foods that the air that is being provided, that it's not just full of chemicals. They aren't spraying it all over the food and all over the fruits and vegetables and stuff. You know, when God created us, he said, let every green let every green let every green vegetable growing from the vegetation growing from the ground and every fruit bearing tree be our food source. And of course, if we are eating a primarily plant-based diet, what happens is that we want to make sure that we're eating clean foods that are not heavily laden with pesticides, foods that aren't being chemically modified, um, basically unprocessed foods. We really want to make sure that we are eating foods that are going to provide energy to the body, provide nutrients that we need in order for our bodies to produce energy. It is so important that we are eating foods that are sustainably sourced, because everything has a life in it. Everything has this beautiful vibration that God has given each and every one of us. And together, when we come together as a community, when we come together with the food source, when we come together with Mother Earth, with planet Earth, that God gave us to live here while we're still here on Earth, it is important that we are using clean, sustainably sourced products, clean water, clean soil, clean air, in order to produce high vibrational foods. It is so important because it's kind of hard for me to explain. It really is. I'm going to try to explain this. There is a spiritual vibration that is within the vegetation that is grown on our planet. The foods, the vegetables, the fruits all have a certain vibration, right? That's what actually helps them to develop into what it is that they're going to develop into, right? And if you think about how a baby grows in our womb, right? We don't really know how the baby is going to develop and grow. The baby has, right, the cells have a certain intuition that is given to them by a power greater than us. Yes, our womb can reproduce and produce life. Yes, our planet can produce life, but if we don't take care of our planet, if we don't really, if we don't pray and get into that heavenly vibration, right? That Holy Spirit vibration, then we are missing out on what God really has for us. That life force that he wants us to have, to feel, that love, that joy, that peace that he wants for us. So many times we are distracted by things around us. We're distracted by TVs. We're distracted by blue screens, phones, and there are so many things vying for our attention. But when we are sitting down and we are communing with the earth, there is this connection that happens, right? This grounding that happens when we connect to Mother Earth, right? That brings us closer to that higher vibration that God has for us, that we need to reach in order to really feel His Holy Spirit. Have you ever seen someone who has been captured by the Holy Spirit? Someone who has just kind of moved and transcended to a whole nother plane of worship, of singing, it's beautiful to see. And it moves us in such a wonderful way. Principle 9 states that our meal should honor God, should honor heaven and earth, right? Our food should honor heaven and earth. Principle 9 states our food should honor heaven and earth. And it is important that we remember that we remember that every living thing that God has given us is to work together for His good and for His purpose. I hope I haven't preached too much. Okay. My name is Leanna from Wellness Inspiring Spiritual Health. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. My name is Leanna from Wellness Inspiring Spiritual Health. I pray that you guys be well, be inspired, and allow God's Holy Spirit bring you back to great health. Peace.